Hello everyone, welcome to Target 45. Today we are going to solve a problem on strings, which is finding number of vowels and consonants, wherein we'll use dictionary as well of basic oops concepts. There are three approaches to solve this problem. So let's understand different approaches, and based on the three approaches, please comment which approach you like the most and which is easy for you. And if you still have not subscribed to Target 45, please subscribe to Target 45 because we are daily going to solve this kind of problems. At first, what is a dictionary? A dictionary is a collection of key value pairs. Each key in a dictionary is unique and each key is associated with a value. If you see this example, ages is a dictionary where we have names and the ages for each key value pair. There are three key value pairs, all the three are unique. And if you see, we have this curly braces in which we'll write all the keys and values separated with colon. And if you want to access any of the key from the dictionary, we have to use it like this, wherein we have to use the square brackets and we have to write the corresponding key so that we'll get the value for that particular key in the dictionary. So if you see the approach one, so the approach one has one class which is oval consonant counter. We are going to use oops concepts here. We'll be creating an object and we'll be making use of self method. Also, we'll be using init method. So let's understand how we can solve this. So if you see, the execution starts at the line number 25. Uh, so in line number 26, like we are creating the object. It is a comment in that line number 27. You can see that we are creating an object. This is an object where we are passing a parameter text to the class. This particular text has to be used in the init method because this acts like a constructor. That init method acts like a constructor which will be initialized at the time of creating the object. So let's write the init method. We will have self as a parameter since we are dealing with the instances of the class, and self dot text. If you see, the text is target 45. So what I am trying to do is I wanted to have the text in the similar format meaning let it be in either uppercase or lowercase. So here let it be in lowercase. So here we have created the init method, and here if you see on the object we are calling a method which is get underscore counts method. If you're following this coding series, in the past 2 days we have solved many problems on if else and creating simple methods. So we have solved these kind of problems. Here what I'll do is for vowels will have one different method and consonants will have one different method. Each of the methods will give us the count of vowels and consonants. So for that, what we'll do is we'll create one class variable which is vowels underscore set. This class variable, let's write a e I o u. These are vowels, we know that. So here I'm converting it to lowercase because we are taking vowel set count as all small letters. So it will become easy. There is no confusion if everything is in the similar format. So now we'll write another method which is count vowels, and what we'll do, we know that if we are dealing with the objects, the first parameter is self, which indicates that it is an instance of the class. Here we'll make use of the sum function. So how we'll be using is for character in self dot text, since we are dealing with the objects here, We can simply access this text instance variable using self.text in any method inside the class. So what we'll do for character in self.text, if character in self.ovals underscore set will have to return 1, and all such ones has to be summed up so that we'll get the count of all the vowels. So I'm writing 1 here using some functions. If this condition satisfies, if any of the character is in that vowels set, then that character will be returned true and 1 will be returned, and all these ones will be summed up. In the same way, with a simple change, we can get the count underscore consonant, and the first parameter is self. So I'll just copy paste this. We have to do simple changes in this. So what are those simple changes? Here we are simply checking if that particular character is in oval set. Here we also need to check if that particular character is alphabet. So is alpha function returns if that particular character is alphabet, and we also need to check and character not in ovals underscore set. If this condition is satisfied, it has to return 1, and all such ones will be summed up and we'll get the count of the consonants. So we'll write another method in order to return the dictionary, which is get underscore counts method. We are passing self. Self is the first parameter. Here, this is the method we have, get underscore counts. So let's write the code in this. We simply return the dictionary here, and the key is ovals, and for the value we will call the method self dot count underscore ovals, comma, and for consonants we'll have to call the self dot count underscore consonants. Okay, here we are not calling it as a method, we have to use this brackets because we are calling the method. So in this way we have solved this problem using one approach. So let's run it. If you see, after the 41st line, in 43 line, 42 line, we have printed the result by taking its key value, which is ovals. Okay, I think this will give error because we are using key in capitals. Let's convert that into smaller case. Okay, now let's see if this works in the way we are expecting it to be. Okay, very good. We got an error. And character not in. Okay, we have used in twice here. So let's remove that and let's run it again. Uh, Oval consonant counter object has no attribute count underscore consonants. Okay, there is no S. Oh, it's a method mistake. Okay, fine. Now if you see, it is working fine. 2 and 4. You ignore the remaining this error part because we need to handle the approach 2. So that is why it is giving that error. So there is no problem in the approach 1. So if you see in target 45, the ovals are A and E, that is why it is returning as 2, whereas the consonants are 4 letters, that is T, R, G and T. So that is why it is returning consonants as 4. And if you see here, it is also checking for numbers also. It is simply ignoring the numbers because of this is alpha here. So with this you should have understood like how we can solve this. We have used simple concepts. We understood how to write a class and how to write a simple methods and how to create an object and how to use the init method, and understood the importance of self. So let's get into the second approach. For second approach, I'll so same here we are passing text as a hello world, and here we are not using object. Instead what we are doing is we are directly calling method from the class without using any object. This will become a static method. So let's write the code. We will directly write a method which is count underscore vowels underscore consonants. What we'll do? We will simply write a method count underscore vowels underscore consonants, and we are passing text here. So the counts we have to write. We are creating a dictionary here. So initially the counts will be 0 for both the vowel as well as consonants. So it is 0. So after this we need one more thing, which is oval set. We need oval set. So let's copy paste this oval set from the previous approach and let's paste it. We'll paste it here. So we have pasted it. What we'll do here, we'll write a for loop for character in text dot lower. Let's convert it into a similar format, which is lowercase. Let it be in lowercase. If character dot is alpha, alpha. If it is alpha, then we have to write, if we have to write another if, which is if character in, see, in the previous approach we have made use of the self, and we simply called it using self dot ovals underscore set, because we are dealing with objects. Then self will give us the flexibility to access all the variables inside the class. So here we don't have self, so what we have to do, we have to specify the name of the class, and we have to write the name of the class variable, which is ovals underscore set. We need to write it like this: class name dot class variable. And if this is true, then we have to write, we have to submit with the with 1. We have to submit with 1. So basically we are adding each value here, we are adding the sum. Okay, where are we? Okay, I'm sorry. So we are adding sum, we are adding sum to the value. Otherwise else we have to increase the counter for consonants. Consonants plus equal to, we know that this is operator is simply count consonants equal to count consonants plus 1. So basically we are doing this here, and once this is done, this for loop is over, we have to return counts. That's it. And if you run it, simply we'll get the result here. This counts will be returned to this result, and we have to take results key. We are entering vowels as a key, and we'll get the count for vowels, and here we'll get the count for consonants. Okay, let's run it. We'll not get this error now if you see this. Okay, we got the error, which is awesome. Where did we not enter the name count? Line 56. There is a problem in line 56. Okay, it is counts, it's not count. If you see now, okay, there is no error if you see now. Here in the hello world, basically, here all are alphabets, but there is some space. But we are not checking if there are spaces or not. But if you see, our condition is simply handling everything, because it is checking if the character is alphabet. If it is alphabet, then only it will do this if else. Otherwise, it will simply ignore. So that is why it is handling spaces also. And that's it for the second approach. So let's move on to the third approach. Third approach, what I did not, I am not writing the code for third approach. I'm simply copy pasted it, because we have already solved it using two approaches. So third approach, I simply explain how we are doing here. If you see, there is a text here. The initial, the execution starts here. Here we are creating an object which is oval consonant counter 3, and we are passing the text here. And on the top of the counter, we are calling one method which is count vowels underscore consonants. In the previous approach we did not use objects, but in this approach we are using objects. That is the only difference. In the init method, what we are doing, we are initializing all these things, which is converting into lowercase and counts, and as well as the oval set. All these things are we are keeping in init method as initialization. And here in count vowels underscore consonants, it is the same logic. Instead, here in the previous approach, we have written as class name dot oval set. Here we are using self dot oval set. So this is same. So in this way, we have solved the problem using three different approaches. Um, so that's it for today. Please comment in the comment section if you find it useful, or please let us know like which of the approach is useful for you and which is easy for you. That's it for today. Thank you. Bye.